Guys, today we have a special guest. I don't even know this guy. I've literally never talked to him. We exchanged some messages in Discord. He got sent my way because I'm going to be honest. I don't know anyone who mains this class. That's actually a lie. I know like one person who mains this class. But most people in chat, this is actually the class that was most commented on. Good luck finding. But who knows? Maybe after today, you're going to see them everywhere. This class could possibly be absolutely insane and just nobody knows. I'm honestly really excited because this was one of the classes that I obviously leveled for Lynx and Legion because everybody levels it. And it was probably one of the more fun classes I actually played while I was leveling. Most of the leveling, like most time I'm leveling a character just for a Link, I'm like dreading it. But this one was actually fun. The story was decent and the gameplay for like what I was doing while leveling was also pretty decent. I was having fun. But now we get to see what it's like in real endgame. And honestly, I'm really pumped. Anyway, without further ado, it is going to be our LARA interview today. Yeah! Yes! With a level 290 LARA main, who apparently is like the LARA goat. Wait, because LARAs have the horns, they're like actually goats. So this is like the LARA goat. And I don't know how to pronounce his name. Aizen? Let's see. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you tell me how to pronounce your name real quick?
My name is Aizen.
Aizen. Hello, dude. How's it going?
Hello, I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm chilling, bro. How long have you been playing LARA?
Here, I'll just show it.
Okay. Oh, boy. All right.
We'll make it easy. Specifically LARA, December 1st of 2021. And then I probably played the game like half a year prior to that.
2021. Damn, you grinded a 290 in 4 years. Less than 4 years.
Yeah, dude, Hyperion showed us that people could do it much quicker. People have done it very fast.
Oh, he's a Hyperion player.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
There's a lot of people that get up there very fast nowadays.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, is this like your favorite class?
In terms of, I guess it's uniqueness, yes.
Yeah.
In terms of damage, we'll talk about that later on.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so the first thing I usually do is I get people to show off, like, just show some cool shit. You don't have to explain it. You can if you want, but just like, I don't know, like give us a quick little LARA showcase on something that's like, oh damn, that's cool, you know, whatever it is.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so I'm gonna go. I'll talk about it later, but the number one thing that I think is cool about this class is the fact that you can actually change your playstyle.
Okay.
Certain classes usually have to do one thing to really get to just basically play your class. This class has 2 different modes that you can do, but I'll talk about that a little bit later on because it's more about the class itself. I'll talk about its training specifically.
Okay.
Because I think it's like the biggest portion of like why people play LARA, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So we have this skill. I'll just explain a little bit. It's this skill where the river courses, the one that I'm hovering.
Mm-hmm.
What this skill does is you create a start point, and then you create an end point.
Yep.
Once it's created, there's a little line that goes through here, if you can see it. If you press up on the start or the end point, you go from one side to the other. And you just do this. And the thing
it's just moonwalking through the air, bro. It's actually so funny.
So what I call this is I call it a lootless rotation. A lot of classes need to go out of their way to loot, but they're on this class specifically, it's very common that you can find rotations like this where you never need to loot during attacking at all because it just loots for you on the way.
Yeah,
okay. You can see my pets are still going around, and I've never had to really move to actually train pretty much. I don't got to do anything.
Are your pets like following you through the little slipstream, or are they like platforming their way across?
Yeah, so what they're doing is that they're TPing to me because I'm moving so fast, and then they're dropping through the platforms.
Ah,
okay. They're through the platforms, they're grabbing all the loot down and above me as well.
That's actually kind of sick.
So it basically just scatters everything and allows me to loot without needing to actually loot myself.
And you have like summons down that are doing a lot of the killing. Are you like,
Yeah.
are you killing stuff as well on your way across?
Yes, I am, but I don't necessarily need to. I just use the
Okay.
summons because it makes it so much easier.
Yep.
And to be honest, if I were to actually just turn this off completely, just turn off Janice entirely, I can do the exact same mob killing. It's not reliant on Janice at all.
Okay.
It's a very like you can do it yourself kind of thing. You don't need to worry about it. But you use this, use the Dusk specifically because it just last hits everything that you don't actually hit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd say that's the biggest thing when it comes to Lara. And then the coolest thing about it, I think I'll talk more about when we talk more about the class itself specifically.
Okay. Yeah, that's sick. I love a lazy farmer, and honestly, like anything that uses Dusk is a W in my books. I haven't used the orbs yet, but I just have a feeling I'm not going to like it.
Yeah.
I watch people run around and put their orbs down. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just want these random lightning strikes to just clean up what I can't kill with my normal skills.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I like that. All right. So with that, do you want to give us a quick, I mean, I have no idea who you are, so for me as well, like a quick introduction of, you already told us how long you've been playing, but like what your own personal achievements are like in the game within Maplestory.
Gotcha. Okay, so once again, my name is Aizen. Some people related to the anime character, they have no relation. I just happen to have the same name as him. I just go by Aizen. Throughout this game, I think my biggest achievements is that I've always been the first to clear of my class in Reboot specifically for most of the bosses that have come out.
Damn, okay.
So that's been Hard Calling, that's been XBM, X Lotus Solo, and then currently I think the hardest boss I'm doing is Hard Limbo.
Okay.
I think that's the hardest one I'm doing out of all of them, and then I'm trying to do X Kalos, but that's more of a party thing I need to figure out.
Yeah, okay.
I would say those are the biggest things that I've done for this class overall.
Yeah, I mean that's the first of your class to clear, I'd say, is pretty big. That's not bad. Okay, so you've got a lot of experience with this class. We'll just get into it. What would you say is the I guess strongest and weakest parts of its damage? We'll talk about just damage as a whole first. Maybe you want to talk about like the burst specifically, and then we can move into like what your strengths and weaknesses are when you're not when you don't have your cooldowns up.
All right, let's go into just Dojo and we can do some stuff there. To start, this class is a DPM class. It's not a burst class. I will show it here. We can just make it. We'll just do 0. Actually, do this. To just show the burst off, I'm just not going to explain anything to start, and then I'll explain things later on.
Sure, yeah.
But this will be the burst rotation, what I'm trying to do here.
Hope you don't like seeing things.
Yeah. And pretty much with that, the burst is over. Janice was accidentally proccing, but the burst is incredibly fast.
Yeah, damn, that was really quick.
And that was with Origin as well.
Okay.
So overall, this class has an incredibly quick burst and is mostly reliant on the DPM that comes afterwards.
Okay.
So to explain it, is it okay if I explain just basically like the general class?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this class is actually incredibly simple, where I think you will completely understand how this class functions in the time that I'm going to be talking to you.
Okay.
I'm like very confident. Okay, so this class is a summoner-based class. I think you can call it more like an elemental class.
Okay.
And what it does is it has these 3 unique colors on the floor. I'll just call them elements.
Yep.
There's the fire element, water element, and the wind element. And you can do this thing called erupting, Dragon Vein Eruption, or absorption, Dragon Vein Absorption.
Okay.
And what it does is if you were to erupt something, it will create a summon. And that summon will do an area of effect, and it'll do damage over time.
Okay.
Same thing with the water summon. Same thing with the wind summon.
Yep.
Now, what absorption does is it creates an on-hit effect with this skill, Essence Sprinkle. So it's not like a summon in the way that the erupt is, but instead it creates on-hit effects.
Okay.
And the reason why this is important is you can only do one or the other with a specific element. So you can't erupt or absorb a wind element at the same time. You can only do one or the other.
Okay.
So when you boss, you would rather do eruption specifically, but in terms of playstyle differences, it's actually not that much of a damage loss if you were to just use the absorption version.
Okay.
They are not that different at all. And that is the main way of DPSing the class. In terms of the most optimal way to do it is eruption. If you see the cooldowns here, they are 16 seconds long. It's actually pretty short for a summon class, in my opinion. So what you need to do with this class
That's how long the summon is lasting?
Yes, that's how long the summon is lasting.
Okay.
These seconds over here. But the thing is okay, I'm going to turn this down a bit because you will never be able to see my character.
His effects are crazy.
Let's turn it down a bit. I'll keep it a little higher. We'll do that. Okay. And the goal for DPSing on LARA is you want to keep these summons up as long as possible, and you want to use... I'm going to just quick slot it so you actually see it. You want to use your Essence Sprinkle as much as possible as well. Basically, this class is a summoner class, and this is the main skill that you use to actually hit yourself with.
Okay.
And that is pretty much the DPM portion of this class. And then when it comes to the burst skills, it actually only has one 3-minute skill that does damage here called Lance Connection. Okay. This is like your 3-minute burst skill. This is a 3-minute place down skill that gives you damage percentage. Okay. It gives 15 IED to the party, but I don't really count that. But these are your 2 3-minute skills, and they're the only 3-minute skills in your kit.
Okay.
These are 60-second skills, which is more than likely the reason why this class is DPM as well. These are just low cooldown skills that do a lot of damage, and they're very heavy hitting, and then a 20-second skill here as well.
Okay.
You basically want to pop all of these off cooldown, and then pretty much you want to just repeat that over and over again. The hard thing about this class is that you're micromanaging a lot of things, because these 3 summons lowering, going away after 17 seconds, actually pretty bad. Yeah. And when you get into 6 job specifically, which we'll talk about 6 job importance later, you have to add this skill into your rotation as well, and you need to pop this off cooldown as well.
Okay.
So you need to worry about, so you need to worry about 3 of the micromanaging of the summons, keeping those up, making sure you pop your cooldowns off cooldown, and that's the overall DPM rotation and how you play this character.
Do you have to stand on the element to summon, like to activate the summon on it?
You don't necessarily need to. It's because this map is so small. You just need to be within a set range of it. So like I can summon the Fire Vein over here. It just happens to be that this map is so small that you can't really tell the range. I would say the range is like between my character here and where this water vein is here. I'd say that's around the range.
Do you find yourself having to like go out of your way in bosses to like go keep your like summons going, or are there usually enough veins like close enough that you don't have to move too far to like keep it going?
It's actually that's actually correct. It's very likely that you have to go out of your way to do summons, but there's workarounds around that. Okay. So this skill here, Unconstrained Dragon Vein, basically it's just it's a you can use anything vein. So if I press the Eruption skill here, which will summon something, it gives me 3 directions, and these are arrow key directions. So you can choose to either summon fire, water, or wind. I can choose any of them. I can choose fire here, and I'll summon fire. Okay. And then alongside that, you can actually change a specific vein. So you see how this is a wind vein here? Mm-hmm. I can change it to water by just pressing this Q skill, Conversion. It just converts one of the existing veins to another color. So I can do that, and then it changes to water.
Do both of those skills have longer or shorter? I saw that one had like a 6-second cooldown, but the other one before?
This one actually has a stat cooldown. So if you see here, 1 Unconstrained Vein is recharged every 10 seconds. Oh, okay. And you can maintain up to 3 at a time. Okay. So both of these skills have I would say a pretty short cooldown, so you can't really spam them that much, because I think this is 10 seconds long. Like, although it's short, you still need to pay attention to it. You can't just like spam it willy-nilly, or you'll lose stacks pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But in terms of actually upkeeping 3 summons, it's pretty easy once you understand that you can change a vein to a specific color, and you can also place something as well.
Okay. It doesn't seem that bad. A 10-second recharge, and the summons last for like, what, 16, 20, almost 20 seconds, it looks like?
Yep, 16, 17, it's all right.
16, 17, okay, yeah. Yes, that's pretty good, it's not bad. All right, so if you had to rank the burst in terms of performance, like how much damage it does in a tier, where would you put it?
Where would you consider average, out of curiosity, on like a tier?
I would say B is like average. Like S is really good, D is really bad, and then B is like right in the middle.
Okay, so I would consider this honestly around probably like a high C. The reason why I say that is because, as I showed, it's just like one skill and then a second skill.
Yeah,
it's not really a lot that it gives you per se on the 3-minute burst, but it's very, very fast. So in like a bind duration, let's say like you're in a party with someone and you bind and you burst, you will always hit this burst. There is no way you're missing this.
Okay, yeah.
Because by the time that the duration is over, your burst is already done.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't consider it super bad, because it's not a hard burst to perform at all.
Okay.
You don't gotta really work for it that much.
Yeah.
So I consider like a high C, somewhere on there.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so you're a 3-minute class, but you have like 1 minute long cooldowns as well, right?
Yes.
And the minute burst would be what some people call mini burst, or I guess depending on how long the cooldowns themselves last, if they're buffs, could just be like part of your DPM. You could consider it as well. So let's get into that a little bit, and I guess just explain what your thought process is while you're just fighting a boss, waiting for your 3-minute skills to come back up.
Okay, so when you're waiting for your 3-minute skills to come up, you're going to be doing, like I was saying, just keeping these eruptions up, and then just keep DPMing. Your goal is to just keep popping these 60s as much as you can, and this is what you're going to be doing throughout the fight.
Okay.
The difficult thing about this class is, I know there's a survivability section, but the mobility and survivability on this class is incredibly unique, in the way that your options are actually pretty... You have a lot of options, but they're very, very jank. So like you see, this class can flash jump, right?
Yeah.
Flash jump. It can up jump, flash jump. What it can also do is it can also TP to a vein specifically. It can
that's
TP
cool.
to a vein. But as you see, do you notice that the veins are moving from place to place, and they're not actually consistent?
Yeah.
So the difficult thing about that is that you actually don't have a consistent TP length that other like bishops, any TP mages would generally have. So you need to be very aware of how to actually do that, pretty much.
Yeah.
But in exchange, you do have, I would say, a good amount more options than a standard class that only has TP or only has flash jump.
Yeah. Okay. Would you so the TP has like no cooldown, I assume? Similar to like
it
other
has
mages?
no cooldown in terms of I guess like I'll try to explain this. So there's this other skill called Dragon Vein Traces.
Yep.
This is actually how you TP.
Okay.
As I can show here, let me actually put it on a quick slot so you can see it.
We can get into it for the mobility. It's all good. We'll come back to
gotcha.
this.
Okay, cool.
Because I want to ask a lot of questions about that. We'll get into it in a little bit. Okay, so your off burst, your DPM is mostly just like cycling your cooldowns, your 1 minutes, your 20-second, and keeping your summons up for as much as you can.
Yes.
Okay. And how does it perform?
In terms of off burst, I'd argue we're probably one of the better classes with off burst.
Okay.
A lot of classes have substantially higher damaging burst, but the consistency in which we're able to actually DPM, I'd argue, is higher than most classes. Not every class, because I think the damages is lower.
Okay.
But I do think it's higher than the average class.
Okay. So what do you want to rank it?
I would rank it in the A tier if I were to be honest.
Okay.
Because I don't think I think it's above average for sure. I don't think most classes have better DPM than
Yeah,
this
I mean,
class.
honestly, with a burst that's like in C tier, I would hope that the off burst is on the stronger
I'd
side.
hope so as well,
I
yeah.
would hope so. Okay, well then let's get back into it with the mobility. Tell me more about. I just start from the beginning, like whatever you want to go over in terms of showing off and describing what your options are for mobility. Yeah, you're the pro.
All right, I'll just explain it from a very, very basic standpoint. So
Okay.
you have the option of flash jumping, you have the option of up jumping and then flash jumping. You can't flash jump, up jump. You cannot do that. And what you can do is that you can TP to a specific vein.
Okay.
The issue with that most people will have is that the vein is not constant. There's a range that is not set, and you can only really go to wherever the vein is in front of you.
Okay.
On top of that, there are these stacks that you see here. Basically, earthly charge is recharged every 6 seconds. That's actually your TP skill. So if you actually get those stacks down to 0, you cannot TP. It's pretty hard to do that, in my opinion, to get to 0, but you cannot TP.
Okay.
So actually, your TP is on a cooldown per se.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you don't necessarily need it that often, in my opinion.
Okay. Is it easy to like control and predict which vein you're gonna teleport to, or would you ever like oh shit, I teleported to the wrong one and now I'm dead?
I would argue that once you not really. Basically, this class has this thing, I just call it a dead zone, where you will not TP to a vein if it's super close to you.
Okay.
So if I were to TP here, I would go to the wind vein.
Okay.
Like, I'm not worried about accidentally hitting the fire vein.
Okay.
So as long as you're aware of, like, if you're too close, you're going to TP to something, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's just needing to get used to that, because it is something that I believe that it's very unique to LARA. This is not something that...
So it has like
the
TP has like a
class has.
minimum and a maximum range, but it's going to go to like a set position within that range.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And will it always go to, I guess, on the off chance that you have 2 veins that are within that range? Like if there was a green like right beside that red on your right, and you hit it from here, is it just always going to go to the closest one?
Yeah, so it'll go to the closest one out of the dead zone,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Okay.
So yeah, so if I were to like place it like here, I would TP to the closest one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. That's not too crazy. All right. Anything else? What about the little slipstream that you use? Would you ever use that in a boss or no?
You actually cannot use that in a boss.
Oh, damn. Okay.
The reason why I think initially is that you actually, in the very beginning, you weren't able to get hit in it. So there's a world that if it wasn't a boss, you're just floating back and forth, and what's gonna kill you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they didn't do that.
Okay. So you can't. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. So you're really, yeah. All right. So I don't get to ride the. Someone called it the elevator. I don't get to ride the elevator if I'm not farming. That's sad. I guess if you're making
correct.
a LARA, you probably want to do it for farming because the farming is so chill. Okay.
Yep, no
Noted.
riding the elevator and bossing.
Noted. All right. So if you had to give a ranking to your mobility based on, I guess, like you as a seasoned LARA veteran, how much you're able to like control it and use it to, I guess, just your advantage to like dodge stuff. What kind of ranking would you give it?
In my opinion, this is kind of, I would put it in A, even close to S. At least for me
Okay.
personally, I've gotten so used to this class that it's incredibly rare for me to find an option where I die for it. The
Okay.
difficulty with this class is, although your mobility is really good, positioning matters so much on this class.
Yeah. I can
So
see
as
that.
long as I have good positioning, I'll be able to get out of any scenario most of the time.
Okay.
I would put it in 8 if I'm being honest, like as like a general thing.
Yeah.
Because I think most classes have like Mercedes, for example, has infinite options. And this class has little options, but it has a lot of value out of it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Someone said you can ride the wind vein. You can ride.
Oh, I was gonna save that. Okay, so
Wait, actually,
this thing.
I know what you guys are talking about because I partied with a LARA on Challenger World who had never played the class before, and they like didn't have something toggled off, and it killed me in Gloom, because my jump like. Okay, what's going on here?
Okay, so this is called the wind swing. Pretty much, when you press your jump key and you press your up arrow, you get on this wind swing.
Okay.
And you can stay up here indefinitely until basically the summon drops, and it'll force drop you.
Okay.
And the way that you get back on is you drop your jump key and then you repress your jump key, and you can stay on there for around 30 seconds. It's very niche. I use it in like Saren specifically for the deer phase. Have you ever dealt with that?
Yeah, okay.
I can hold deers in the middle of the map just by doing that and just chill on the top of the map.
Okay.
It's very niche, and it can also kill your party members. This skill,
yes, it can.
if you can see, there's a little lock in the bottom right. That means that it's locked to me only. So my teammates will not get griefed on it. If you right-click it off, you can turn it back on for party members.
Yep. I literally I died to this like week 1 or week 2 on Challenger World in Gloom.
Charlie World LARA, man.
Yep. It was like a friend of a friend. We got them to start playing the game, and then he picked LARA, and I have no idea what the class does either. So like I just jumped, and then my character froze in midair, and then the leg came out and killed me. And I was like, what did I lag? Like what just happened?
Yeah, that's what this skill is, 1000%.
Yeah, everyone told me what happened, and then I just blamed him and told him to turn it off. I think it's cool if I knew how to use it properly, I'd be down. But like I literally had no idea what this class did, so I was just like, nah, turn that off. It's gonna kill me again.
It's a very niche class, and most people don't even use this utility.
Yeah. It's
Makes
cool.
sense.
I mean, it's extra mobility. It just keeps you off the ground for a long. Can you attack while you're up there too, or nah?
You can, but I'd say it's very like most people cannot do this.
Okay.
Because what you need to do is you need to press your attack key and then press your jump key to stay on it.
Okay. Your summons would be attacking while you're riding it, right?
Yes, it would be, yeah.
Like your summons and stuff. Okay. That's a cool skill. That definitely adds to the like mobility possibilities. That's sick. All right. Yeah, I think A is a fair rating for that. That's got a lot of options. Okay, let's talk about the survivability then. So like, I don't know if you've watched the other interviews, but basically what I mean by survivability is the ability to ignore or stand in attacks that would normally kill people otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would argue this class is on the lower side. In terms of like things that you can tank, this is the #1 skill here. It's called Mountain Embrace.
Okay.
Basically, it's a damage reduction skill. You need to stay still while using it, but it's a shield that gives damage reduction, and it gives overshield through the hyper passive.
Okay.
This skill can tank very, very hard, but the problem with it is that it restricts your mobility a ton. So I wouldn't really consider it that much, and this class does not have an iframe. There's no class iframe on this class. There's nothing. There is this, which is called ethereal form. This is going to turn into an iframe later on, but it's not class specific. It's mage specific.
Yeah.
So in terms of survivability and ignoring mechanics, I'd put this class like probably C or D, I'd say. This skill is really good because you can stand still and tank a lot of stuff. But as soon as this is off, you can everything can really kill you. There's not really an option out.
Can you attack while you're using the like that defensive thing?
You cannot. You can only stand still. Your summons can attack for you. Okay. But you need to stay still. You're basically immobilized while you do this.
Can you cancel it early?
You can cancel it early and then get a little bit of the cooldown back.
Okay.
It's a key down skill, so I'm holding down the duration that I want.
Okay. Wait, turn your effects back up. I want to see what that. It looks like a tree dude who comes out and like Groot's giving you a hug while you're being protected or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No wait on that.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so no iframe. We have ethereal form, and then we have this key down. It's not even an iframe. It's just like a giga shield, and is there a damage reduction on it too, or is it mostly just the shield?
Damage reduction on it on top of the shield.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll show you it.
Aw.
Just a little guy protecting you. It's pretty cute.
That's cute. This class is cute as fuck.
It is. It's incredibly funny because before this class came out, I wanted a necromancer class. This class is the exact opposite of necromancer as a mage. It is a 180 of necromancer.
You just gotta like close your eyes and pretend that you're summoning ghouls out of the ground instead of these like these like cute little elementals.
Yeah. What a turn, man.
Yeah, actually that's crazy. All right, so what did you want to rank this for survivability?
I'll put it in C. The Mount Embrace is very good for tanking stuff, but you really don't got a lot of options for survivability.
Yeah, I think the big thing that sucks is that you can't attack while you're...
Yeah.
Like, so you can't just use it. I mean, you're not a burst class anyway, but you can't just use it while you're damaging to be like, I'm going to ignore this and keep damaging and whatever, push a phase or something. Okay, sounds good. Next, let's get... I mean, you already talked about it, but let's get into the rotation. I think... I definitely have some questions about what some of your... specifically, like, what all your skills do. Like, you got 3 minutes, you got 1 minute, you got 20 seconds, you got the 10 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get more in depth into, I guess, like, what all of the skills do that you're pressing regularly for damage.
Okay. So this skill I'm not going to talk about too much. It's just a 3-minute skill that you click, does damage over. There's nothing special about that. This skill, if you see here on the bottom right on my V key, you see how it says 3, the number 3? Over here on my mouse. I can't really show it.
Okay, I see it. Yep.
Yeah, so it says the number 3. What that means is it's going to grab 3 veins on the map and then use it for this skill. As you can see, it jumped to 4.
Okay.
What this skill does is it grabs veins around the map and it uses them to attack.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
That is the point of that skill. You can use lower amount of stacks. So if I go over here to the right, you see how it's at, or it was at 3?
Yeah.
That would lower the cooldown of the skill if you use it on a 3rd stack or on 3 stacks.
Oh, so the less
that's the point of that skill.
Nodes you use it on, the shorter the cooldown?
Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty hard to manipulate it, but it is something that you can use. This skill is a 60-second skill that summons basically rolling guys over here.
Okay.
And this skill just attacks mobs, and after it attacks mobs for a certain amount of time, it'll go away.
Okay.
And that's all that one does. It'll just, if there's an enemy on the map, it'll automatically home to it. You don't gotta worry about placing it correctly. As long as you're within range of the boss, it'll auto-target it and it'll auto-hit.
Okay.
This skill is the 20-second skill, Surging Essence. It's just a I'm gonna blow you up skill. You just throw it out and it just does damage. Similar to the 3-minute, but on a 20-second cooldown.
Okay.
This skill is what this skill is, big stretch, so the 4-stack one, just for 1 stack specifically. So you can use it on 1 stack and it'll hit.
Okay.
On top of that, it creates this unconstrained dragon vein, so the one that you can use any vein on it.
Okay.
After you use it, wake up call on it. Specifically the Hexa wake up call, so the 6-shot version.
Okay.
So the 6-shot version will actually give you an extra vein to use, but the 5th job version will not do that.
Okay.
I would say those are those tools that I just mentioned are the only things that LARA uses in terms of like a standard rotation.
Okay.
If we're not talking about the eruption specifically.
Okay, so we're in a regular rotation. You're keeping your summons up, and then, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like most of your skills that have cooldowns, like the 10-second, 20-second, 60-second, you kind of just press as soon as you can.
Yeah, you just throw them out.
Yeah. Okay.
You really do just throw them out. Yes, yes, class gets insane, but you cannot. I can't even see the character.
Yeah, no, I literally cannot see it. I'm like trying to see the background, even in like the top left, and when you were bursting, like there was not a single pixel on the screen that I could see that wasn't your skills. It's insane. That's insane. Someone asked if LARA uses a cooldown hat.
There are specific niches that they can, but in general they do not.
Okay. Okay, cool. Good to know. All right, so when I ask people to rate the rotation, it's always very biased because, like, I'm asking a LARA main to tell me how fun and engaging your rotation is, like your class. and how much you enjoy it, really. So it's gonna be a biased answer, but just give me a rating for it anyway. How much fun do you have? How engaged does this class keep you like regularly while you're bossing?
Out of all the classes I've played, this is the most engaging class I have played.
Okay.
The constant cooldown management that you need to do for this class to perform at what I would say at a higher level, like keeping everything up and really trying to push for it.
Yeah.
It's very engaging, and you really can't drop the ball on it. Because let's say that you don't know what a boss does, and just Darknell is just throwing everything at you, and you're not placing your summons down, and you're not attacking, you're losing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So you need to be very aware of what can happen. And I think that's a very fun thing for me personally in bosses.
Yeah.
Because a lot of classes have like get out of jail free cards where they can just kind of iframe and get out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
LARA doesn't necessarily have that. So you really need to play it out.
Okay, this is a silly question, but how long, like, okay, go stand on like the left side of a node and then walk past it and summon as you walk past. I want to see how long it like how long the animation is, how long it like stalls your character from doing other things. Okay, that's not bad. That's pretty quick.
Yeah, the duration is not that bad.
Do you benefit from attack speed? Like in
I
those
do,
things?
but we're able to reach. Oh, actually, I can show you. I'm slightly quicker.
Okay.
Very, very, very slightly.
Okay.
As you cannot see because.
Okay.
But
But more attack speed and like all of your skills do speed up, yeah.
Yeah, they slightly speed
A
up.
little bit. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, you said is it going to be an S? It's the most engaging class you've ever played?
In terms of engaging, yeah, I'll be honest. There's some times where it ain't that fun, so I'll put it in A.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
There's some times because you're doing so much, and there are other characters that do substantially less and can do the same, if not more.
Yeah, okay.
So that kind of lowers my fun by default because fun is, doing damage.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
opinion.
That's 100% fair. That's 100% fair. I respect,
I would say like
respect
A
the shit out of
because
that.
it is very you got to do a lot, and
Yeah.
I do like that.
It actually, like, I'm actually very interested in this. This is a very unique play style. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's very, very unique.
That's really cool. Okay. Next, let's talk about the difficulty of the class. So I usually ask, like, if I'm asking someone who's playing like a more complicated class, I ask them to think about if you are hypothetically like the pinnacle of LARA performance. So if you are doing 100% of the potential damage in a boss fight based on your experience playing the class, how hard would it be to get to like an average performance for LARA, and what would that performance be like in terms of I think yesterday we had like someone said like, oh, the average Kali is probably doing about 80% of the damage, whereas I would be doing 100%.
Okay. So, in my opinion, I think this class is very difficult to reach high potential, actually. The reason why is because if you don't understand bosses and you're worried about the boss coming at you, you're going to miss one of the 5 things you need to micromanage.
Yeah, okay.
So, when it comes to the average player, I think you can start off very simply and you can just place the 3 summons. A lot of people actually, when they're learning the boss, they just place 3 summons and then they just hide.
Yeah.
This cuts your damage by a lot.
Okay.
But it's something that you could do. I would say the average player, in my opinion, probably places their 3 summons and then uses this skill, their attack, their Essence Sprinkle, every once in a while.
Okay.
In terms of like, I would say the average player compared to, yeah, let's just say that I was the 100%.
Yep.
I would say they're probably doing like 25% less than me on average.
Okay.
Purely because of just micromanaging being pretty difficult. And if
Yep.
you don't understand the boss, it's going to be much, much harder for you to actually do the damage you need to do because you're DPM.
Okay. Okay, and how difficult do you think it would be to get to that point, like the average performance point? And then how much harder do you think it would be to get from there to where you are?
I think it would be... honestly, I'd say it's pretty difficult because the min-maxing that you can do on this class is absolutely insane. Just basically resummoning as late as possible. So as soon as this cooldown's over,
Yeah,
repop it,
okay.
pop all the cooldowns. I wouldn't say it's difficult to understand to do that, but just doing that in the moment in the bosses, I think is the difficult part.
Yeah, okay.
But I think if you understand that, you'll get there pretty quickly, arguably.
Okay. So in terms of a rating, give me a rating on like what you think it would be on a difficulty scale to like do maybe a little bit more than the average. If the average person is doing like 75, yeah, maybe like how difficult would it be to get to the 75 and like maybe a little bit above there?
I would say it's probably like a B rating. I would say to get to the 75%.
Okay.
Because all you really need to do to get to that percentage is pop your cooldown, pop these cooldowns specifically when they're up, and then just keep the summons on and attack whenever possible.
Yeah, okay.
I would say just doing that will get you to the 75% pretty comfortably.
Okay. Okay, yeah, it's not bad. So it's like average. It sounds to me like there's definitely a lot going on with the class, but as someone who's played like summoners style classes in a lot of other games and MMOs, I often see like brand new players who are literally not pressing their buttons, just like summon what they need to summon and then just run away, and they're still doing more damage than they would be doing if they were playing a class where they didn't have summons and they actually had to go like hit the boss themselves, you know?
Right.
So yeah, so I can see it. I respect the B. I respect the B. Okay. Let's move on. Next, we're going to talk about LARA in a party. I mean, okay. We already talked about
You probably have an F tier, bro.
Bro, you're literally. I literally died because I had a LARA in my party. Like, it's actually crazy. This guy,
Bro,
he gave me negative support.
Negative bias, bro. Yeah.
I made an F just because I knew LARA was coming up and I was getting ready to click it. I'm kidding. All right, so what kind of party buffs do you have? Or I guess like party utility as well.
So the big thing, the two things that I have is I have damage percent by 25% and then attack speed +1.
Okay.
There are some classes that need attack speed +1 in their inner ability. So this class can negate that.
Yeah, okay.
In terms of uptime, it's not 100% uptime because if you see here, it says buff duration for party members 20 seconds.
Okay.
The wind swing duration is 30 seconds. I would argue that if a LARA were to press it off cooldown, the average party member gets 80 to 90% of attack speed +1 uptime and the damage uptime, which I think is more than enough to actually be a benefit to the to just the other party members.
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty good.
Now to put it as like a rating, there are actually a lot of classes that do more, but there's actually also a good amount that does less than that, like just doesn't give any at all.
Yep.
I would honestly put this in average of B.
Okay.
And like this, because in my opinion, when I think of like support, I think you're an actual support class if you give substantially more than this, and I think you're not a support class if you give any less than what I can give.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
In terms of just like a rating.
Is the skill that does that? That's all one skill, yeah.
The one that gives attack speed, yes. This skill, they're both separate.
Oh, okay.
One gives the damage percentage. The other one is the one that griefed you.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're both separate.
Oh yeah, I actually remember seeing that. Whatever this is, the sunlight shining down on me. I was like, yo, what is this? Dude, playing with LARA was freaking me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. I think it's like. It's honestly probably really nice to know what this class is doing and what it brings as someone who's played with one not knowing what's going on, because it really would help like put me in the right spot so I'm getting the buffs, but also like, I don't know, looking out for hovering in the air when you jump.
Yup.
Yep. All right. Yeah, we'll give it a B. And that's it, right? The two skills. There's no other like little secret something else that
it's really just these two. Technically this gives like 15 IED, but that
okay.
I consider that negligible in my opinion.
Yeah, for most people who already have like insane IED. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so it's average. It's average. I know you already got this part prepared because you were ready to talk about it before, but let's talk about the Hexa Importance. What your masteries do, what kind of changes they bring to the class for getting 6th job, and then I guess how important it is to play as a 6th job versus a 5th job.
Okay. All right, so I'm actually gonna take a node off here.
Okay.
So you see this A key here that I have?
Yes.
I just here I'll move this guy over here. I'm just gonna show you the range difference that this skill has. So
Okay.
this is your main like attacking skill that you use as LARA, and you want to use this as much as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
So as you see here, the range.
Okay.
The range is like I would argue probably like this is like max range.
Okay.
And it probably doesn't go much farther than that. I'm gonna put the node back on. Once the cooldown goes down. Once that happens, the range gets a little bit farther, but not anything like super crazy.
Okay.
It just happens to get to where you can hit a little bit farther in range.
Okay.
The other skill is this wake up call one. The only difference with this, like I said, it actually, if you look at the damage percentage, 105%, it doesn't do a lot. But as I said, the wake up call happens and you lose the vein entirely.
Yeah.
But then if you were to actually put in wake up call, the damage shoots up to like 985%, so 9x the damage that it was prior.
Damn, what
and
the?
then it creates the vein.
Is that
itself.
capped? That's level 30 on your Hexa?
No, that's like level like 19.
Oh, okay. Which which mastery is this?
This is your M4.
Oh, so this one's new. Okay.
Yeah, this one's new.
Okay.
And then what these do, so the Hexavane Eruption, what this does is it actually increased the range of all the eruptions and like made them a little bit stronger.
Okay.
So
sick.
I'll take off Eruption here. So these are like the original versions.
Yeah. These are the ones that I saw when I was leveling.
Clutter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still screen clutter, but it does the same thing functionally. It's just it increases a lot of its range specifically alongside its damage. So yeah, like the range gets bigger, and then this guy ends up clearing your screen. The wind vein I think is insane because that one is very
yeah, that's wild.
blurring.
That's actually wild. Okay.
And then I would say the other skill that I didn't mention, the absorption. This is what the on-hit effect I was talking about.
Yep.
I actually haven't played around with it too much, but all I assume is that it just gives more on-hit effect damage. Like
okay.
This is what I expected it to do.
Yeah.
I don't think it gives anything more than that unless there's some secret thing that even I don't know about, but I doubt it.
Okay, so
this on-hit effects.
So 3 of the masteries are just like new animations, extra range, more damage, and then that 4th one is the one that kind of changes how you would play. Because it like I guess instead of like using the node, it borrows it. I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's like a loan almost. But,
yeah.
Basically, this skill is actually before this skill came out. This was never used. Like its version.
Oh, really?
Over
okay.
Here, it was never used. This was never a skill you used. It was probably the worst damaging skill of all time. Like the skill was really bad.
Yeah.
Basically, like your Will and Saren skill would do substantially more than if you popped this off cooldown.
So did you guys gain a lot of, like, were you one of the classes that gained a lot from M3, M4?
We unironically were one of the ones that gave average.
Okay.
Yeah, we were one that gained average, but this skill actually became usable pretty much. Because this skill it essentially went from nothing to giving a small portion of damage.
Yeah.
Is what this skill became.
Personally, I would take that over just like damage gain, like a little bit of a gameplay difference. Like you get to, I don't know, it became more engaging. It's like more fun to play. At least for me, I think it would be more fun to play because there's more buttons to press. Okay, cool. So, what about your origin and your like 5th job boosters? Are they just damage, or is there like anything else attached to them?
They are just damage.
Okay.
All of it just final damage increase, and then origin damage increase.
Okay, so how important would you say it is to try to play this class now? I guess there's only the one thing that changes. in terms of like play style. But how important would you say it is to play this character and commit to getting it all the way to 260 to like give it a shot versus someone like me who's new and wants to build some like 3-door or 4-door whatever CRA mules and maybe wants to give it a try at like level 200 or 210 in 5th job?
I argue that it gives like the value that it gives is fundamentally the same in 5th job than it is in 6th job.
Okay.
6th job, of course, you're going to gain more damage overall, but the playstyle is not going to change from when you do 3-door Krot to when you do Saren. It's not going to change in terms of playstyle difference.
Yeah.
So I'd probably just put it. On like, I'd argue C, because this skill is not that crazy.
Okay.
But the fundamentals, like how you play this class, is not going to really change if you go from 5th to 6th job. And it's not like, oh, I can gain like 40, 50 FD from like clicking like 2-3 skills. You gain a lot of FD, but it's not anything that's going to change the class and make you go like insane kind of thing.
Is your, because it's just damage, is your Hexa like damage scaling really good compared to other classes, or bad, or average? Do you know the answer to that?
I would say it's actually slightly above average.
Okay.
In terms of like, I would argue early Hexa gain, I think there's a difference between completely maxing, like 30s all across the board, versus minimum. These two skills give you a lot of final damage considering, you know, comparing it to like going into every other skill.
Okay.
Because this skill, Essence Sprinkle, and then the Eruption, increase those two play styles. And if you wanted to go Absorption, the on-hit thing I was talking about, you have that option as well. So if you wanted to pick either two play styles, you could funnel the two and you'll do a lot of the damage overall. Okay.
Well, that's actually kind of interesting. So like if you're not using your summons, then you could try to funnel more points into Mastery 3. But if you are playing it by using your summons and like I guess the optimal way of playing it, then you can kind of skip M3 a little bit, or like lower prioritize it.
Right, because basically what these all give in exchange is they give a final damage to something. So this Eruption gives final damage to the Absorption skill, so the on-hit skill. And then this does the opposite, it gives it to the Eruption skill.
Okay. So it still incentivizes maxing both.
Damage. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's sick. I like when a class is playable in 5th job.
Yeah.
I like when a class... Okay, so you said you wanted to give it like a C, yeah?
Yeah, I'd say like a C. It doesn't change much going into 6th job.
Yeah. It's a good amount of damage gain going to 6th job. So if you're committed and you want to play the class, then get it to 260 because it will become better. But
yeah,
if you want to try it out or just like have it as a for fun character, it doesn't change its play style. You can leave it as a 5th job.
Yeah, exactly. There's no real difference between 5th and 6th job. You can get a lot of damage out of like 2 masteries, but in terms of just going from 5th to straight 260, there's not much of a gameplay difference.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very nice. All right, let's talk again. I showed it off at the beginning, but let's talk again about the farming, and specifically what it's like before you have all of your Janus orbs.
Do I show this one off again?
Yeah. Let's just go show it off again. Why not? That was fun, dude. That's sick. So this, okay.
All right, I'll turn this off.
You get access to being able to do this like at 5th job or before? 4th job.
Yeah, by the time you're in 4th job, you can do any of what I'm about to do.
That's pretty cool. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy here. I need to go into my preset here. I have a farming preset where I only use one hand.
Okay.
And that's the one that I get used to.
All right, okay.
Yeah, this is pretty much it. And then, yeah, again, as I said earlier, this is a lootless rotation where if you do have a vac pet, you will never need to loot on maps like this, or at worst, you'll loot like 80-90% of the maps. if you do choose a different one, but you never need to worry about it. You just keep going. The maps, because as you go across this river, is what I'll call it, the start and the end point, the pets will try to follow you, and because it's trying to follow you, it's gonna fall off these basically these platforms, and it's gonna grab the loot below, above. It'll grab it everywhere.
Does the elevator, this thing that you're riding, does it have a like expiry timer, or does this thing last forever?
It does have an expiry timer. It has a 90-second timer, but has a 60-second cooldown.
Okay.
So let's say that it turned off here. I actually can't turn it off. But let's just say, you know, it turns off on accident. I can replace it. Like, it's 100% uptime, pretty much. And in maps like this, right, instead of needing to flash jump from here to the other side, you can just take the portal.
Yeah.
And you just save a bunch of time that way, so you don't really have to go out of your way to do anything. Hence why I farm with one hand.
Yeah. Are there like all the way through leveling, I guess, like I don't know if you know, like pre 6th job, but like 200 to where you are, 290, are there just like always maps that are accessible and like good for doing this?
I'd argue there are a couple maps that are like in those early levels, like pre 260, they're actually not very good maps in my opinion.
Okay.
Just because of
yeah, Arcane River sucks.
Yeah, they're just not great maps overall. Like there are like these maps here that I think are like whatever. There's like the SDH ones. I don't know if you know about Shadowdance Hall.
Yeah.
But these maps are really good, but they're fucking massive.
Yeah.
They are huge.
Yeah.
So overall, like they can grind here completely fine. It's just that you're probably gonna have a lower mob count, or at worst a harder time actually mobbing, pretty much.
Okay.
That's really about it though. But overall, it's mobbing, I'd argue, is one of the best.
I assume you're part of the LARA Discord, yeah?
Yes, I am.
Do you guys have like a resource in the Discord that would show off all of the maps where you can just do that? What'd you call it? No loot farming?
Not specifically no loot farming, because a lot of the looting rotations were just kind of done by basically just people that offered to do the videos, and they just link to it.
Okay.
The lootless rotation, I'd argue, are only on maps that I would consider good, quote unquote. So like flat maps, maps that kind of go straight along.
Yeah.
Maps that are like incredibly big, of course. Like you couldn't do it in like Shadowdance Hall.
Okay.
You couldn't do it in like the huge Last Horizon maps.
Okay.
But there are good maps that if you do just want to mob kill and not really worry about looting, you can do that.
Okay. Okay, well, that's cool. All right, so what would you rank your farming then?
I would rank it in S.
It is kind of crazy.'re just riding the elevator and playing with one hand. Are there if I got to 260 and I wanted to grind, are there like, I know I keep asking this question, but are there good maps for what are those zones called? Cernium, or what's that place called? Is it Cernium? The first place?
Yeah, Cernium. Yeah.
Cernium and like Arcus. Do you know?
There are a lot of good places. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of these maps went through changes, so I couldn't tell you exactly what those rotations are.
Yeah.
But like here, I'll go to like a random map. Or something
Theater
like
2
that.
is probably pretty good, I would guess.
Theater 2. Let me check.
This is the one that I did most of my Moshen farming on. It's fairly flat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This one's probably insane.
Yeah. Here, let's do this one as an example. At this point, I'm assuming you do have this, so I'll just pop this to dust. Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, see, I think even
so
this map
free.
is lootless.
What's the damage scaling like on your summons? Like, will I need to be, or will someone need to be like geared well to one-shot all of this, or is it like fairly high damage scaling?
It's pretty high damage scaling. You don't need to be like, you basically just don't come here when you're like 70 at final damage down.
Yeah, okay.
If you come here at like 100% and then even like 20% lower, your summons do so much damage.
Okay.
So most of the time, you don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
Because they do so much damage, they cover so much area, and they hit a lot. They're all dying within the first hit, but I can probably hit them like 11 more times.
Yeah.
Before the next rotation.
This is crazy. This class is really cool. This is like cooler than I expected. A lot cooler. I don't know. Dude, no one plays the class, and I thought there was a reason, but like this class is sick. You have a flash jump, and you're a mage. Like, what more could you want?
Flash mage, honestly.
Oh man. All right. Your effects are already cranked up, but let's just go through some of the coolest animations and the skills that you're going to be using like fairly regularly. You can maybe show off some of the cooldowns and stuff too. I don't know, maybe buttons that you wouldn't even press. Okay. and then yeah, just let me know what you think about the animations of your class.
All right, let me go ahead into here again so we can just look at it. Do this, doesn't matter. Okay, so besides this clutter, I'd argue, let's like.
Wait, summon one thing
cool.
at a time. Oh,
yeah,
they're all up already.
Yeah, see how quick they go up.
Oh, they just all went up right away.
I'll summon this wind one.
Okay.
That already covers most of the screen. So that's just that wind summon thing. I'll turn that one off. This is the fire one. And then it just creates like this little volcanic area below where if you're in it, it'll hit. Yeah, so it just summons little guys that home onto mobs here. Turn that one off. And then there's this water guy, burly dude.
Yep.
Just hits, and then the third hit's a little bigger. Well, I say a little, but I covered the whole map.
Oh, he's just splashing in the water. He's just having fun in the pool. Okay.
Yeah. That's pretty much what he does. That third hit's massive. Oh my god. I haven't looked at the animations in a while. This is Wake Up Call. It's just a little stretch. For this skill, this is Big Stretch. That's like that skill, but on crack.
Yep.
Just does a lot of them, and it just homes on it.
Yep.
Mountain Ridge, which is like these rolly guys.
Someone called them the homies. These guys are kind of the homies.
Yeah. They kind of just roll around. They can roll around until the duration ends up. They don't hit anything. So that's why I turned off the thing.
I'm trying to see like what they are, and I can't even tell.
I'll be real, I can't even tell.
One of them looks like he's pushing a rock like a dung beetle.
Yeah.
And then the other guy's just like...
I cannot say what this animation is.
The other guy's just like surfing. I can see his hand in the background, but like I cannot tell what that's supposed to be. Oh well, it's the homies.
Yeah. And then there's this skill. That's just the Surging Essence. That's a low cooldown skill.
Okay.
I think that one's pretty whatever. And then there's this skill, which is the one that gives damage percentage.
Yep.
It also gives like very, very slight healing, 10% max HP every 2 seconds.
Okay.
I still keep it in the same ranking though. Doesn't change much. This is the one that griefed you.
Yep. It's my favorite skill in the game.
Yep. And then the skill you can be on for as long as you can stay on it, pretty much. And then cool. I would say the last skill is the Origin, which is just this. Very cute class overall.
Yeah, it is really cute.
Those are the
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think of the animations? As someone who apparently hasn't looked at them in a long time.
Yeah. I'll say it right now. It's S purely because of the fact of like how I do like how cute it is, even though I wanted a necromancer, but also how like visually insane all these skills are together.
It is kind of crazy.
You really can't even see the middle of the map. You can't see anything here. I'm jumping right now, but you probably can't tell.
Is LARA one of the newer releases? Do you know?
What has come out? Yes, it is one of the newer ones.
Yeah, okay.
I would say it's like one of like the recent 3 or 4.
Okay.
Around there. It is one of the newer classes.
Okay, so that's probably why the animations are all so good. And like insane. They wanted to hype it up by just making every skill take up the entire screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. I like it a lot. The animations are sick. When I first played this class, one of my friends John Powell, who I was playing with, one of the other Lost Ark guys, he was like, dude, don't level a LARA. It was the worst experience of my life. Like, it's actually just a meme now, like how much he hates LARA. And so I put it off for a really long time. And then I started leveling it, and I was like, wait, this shit's cute as hell. How could you hate this? And I started playing it, and I'm just like putting these summons down, and I'm just AFK. Like, I get up to go get a snack, and I come back, and my summons are still just like beating the crap out of everything on a map. Like, man, how could you hate this? This was so fun.
I wonder if he answered.
Yeah, so apparently someone told me that apparently when he was leveling it, he wasn't using the summons.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he was just running around trying to use like the normal auto attack to kill everything while he was leveling, and I could see how that would make it feel a lot worse.
You played a summoner with no
yeah,
summons. That sucks.
It just became a meme how much he hated LARA. It's funny. Oh man. All right. Well, I think we've taken up enough of your time. I'm very happy with how much I learned about this class today, and I'm definitely, I mean, me personally, I'm definitely adding this one to the list of considerations that was unexpected. So
good to hear. So
well done, and I'm sure that I won't be the only one because, yeah, you explained it really well. I think we picked the right person for LARA. I think we picked the right one. If anyone in chat right now has any last questions for our LARA professional before we let him go, or maybe before you decide to make it or skip it or whatever, now would be the time. Otherwise, we are gonna let him go.
Yeah, you can shoot some questions. I'll be around for a little bit.
Did he cover how it's the weakest class in the game?
I don't even think it's close to the weakest.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks cool. I think also, like, in terms of people who are watching these to pick up a new character, I feel like you don't really have to care about the class's performance at the high end, like in the raids that, or in the bosses that he's doing as like a 290, because chances are you're never going to get there with this class or whatever class it is that you're picking to make. But also, when you do get there, if you prove me wrong, the balance is going to change so much that, like, you have no idea if it's still going to be, you know, whether it's bottom tier, top tier, whatever. So I don't even know if that kind of stuff matters. That's what I usually tell people. Like, don't even look at a tier list.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely correct. Because
Yeah.
a lot of classes will just go from, like, basically, like, really, really bad, don't play it, to, like, oh, it actually just became incredibly strong, we should play it.
Yeah. Okay, someone said, would you main swap?
Would I main swap? There was a time that I was thinking about it because I got so far into this game that I was clearing everything. But it wasn't because I didn't like LARA, it was because there was no content for me to do.
Yeah, okay.
But that's not, I would argue that's not because I disliked LARA, it was just because there was nothing else.
Yeah, okay. Someone else said, would you recommend for a new friend to pick this up?
I would. I think it's very easy to understand what this class does.
Yeah.
I think as soon as anyone picks up this class, if they look at this video and what I explained, you know how to play the class at that point.
Yeah.
So I think a new person could pick it up, figure it out, and if they do want to play a little bit safer, you can just erupt and then walk away. It's totally fine.
I also want to add that as someone who plays the game, if I was trying to get a friend into the game, and then I'm probably planning to play with them and like do bosses with them, whether it's on an alt or like if I'm getting into the game as well, I think personally, now that I know what LARA does with the whole like hover skill and like the other buffs and stuff like that, I think it would actually be really fun to have a LARA in my party so we could constantly be thinking about like the best time to use that as a group. It's just like a little extra utility that adds, I don't know, it just adds a little bit more depth to like being able to work around certain things in bosses and stuff. So I think that would be fun to have a friend playing LARA.
I do like this class overall. I really do.
Oh, someone says, can you show off your keyboard layout?
Keyboard layout, yeah. Let me make sure I'm on the right one. So this is my keyboard layout overall. A lot of these skills are actually not even part of the LARA kit, like Will of Erda, Jenny, that kind of stuff. This eruption skill, because it's on one skill, it's actually one key you need to press.
Okay.
Same with absorption. So technically, if you only played eruption, you could get rid of this key,
Yep.
and you can just. It's really not a lot of things overall to worry about, I'd argue.
Yeah.
Shift is the TP, so I just put it on a key that I'm actually gonna have it on most often. I have
Yeah.
my hand on.
It's a lot of buttons, but it's like, it's not as many as others, and it's not like, it's not so many buttons that you're like constantly comboing together. So it's not like, it's not blaster style where your hand is literally all over the place, like pressing eight of these buttons all at once.
Yeah, it's incredibly chill. Most of the time, you're just pressing these off cooldown, and then you're just moving, spamming this skill.
Oh yeah.
Not too bad.
Okay, somebody else asked if you could show off your gear before we let you go.
Sure. I'm down with that. Just go down the line pretty much.
Sure, yeah.
All right, we'll go through these. This is just a limited time totem. Just go through it. A lot of my gear I'm actually planning to work on in the next cube sale, but I do have a Cont 5, but put that one on. Just go through it slightly. Pretty standard gear until we get to the Eternals. I think my Eternal top is pretty stupid. This thing. It's very, very stupid. 39 inch and then 156 of 5. Good luck with that one.
Is that triple prime?
Yeah, it's triple prime.
Oh
yeah.
my god, what the
Yeah,
is
I thought,
that?
yeah. One of my IRL friends said, I'm gonna jump you after he saw this.
Yeah, bro,
crazy,
holy
bro.
cow. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then the boots, which have very good flames specifically. It's actually, this flame is the exact same as this flame. There's no difference.
Damn.
Which is very rare. And then Eternal Glove, TC,
Damn.
cape that I'm getting rid of soon.
This is a juice Lara. Holy. Are you the strongest Lara on Chronos?
I technically don't know, but I assume so.
Yeah.
I technically do not know though.
That is wild.
But I am doing the hardest content, which I guess that would say at least I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I don't really know if that's the strongest though.
Okay, one last question. Do you think Lara would be a good choice for a Challenger World character?
As a Challenge World character, honestly, yes. Because this class is a lot of classes that you want in Challenger World are something that's pretty easy to pick up. And to be honest, you want to be able to actually play it and not care too much about needing to combo, needing to play like perfectly. This class does that. And on top of that, if you do want to farm in Challenger World, this class can do it without a lot of damage, which you probably won't have a lot of damage in Challenge World to begin with.
Yeah.
So I'd say so, yeah. Not bad at all.
It's not reliant on a cooldown hat. It's not reliant on any like specific like Legion blocks or whatever, right? Like it's it sounds to me like I from what I know about like how Challenger World is going right now and what people have complained about because, you know, they picked the wrong class or something, it sounds like Lara would be probably a really good class because it's not dependent on any of the things that you don't have access to on Challenge World.
Yeah, it's super nice. I guess as an aside on Challenger World, so you do get a ring choice. I would recommend to just use continuous, but Lara can use quite literally any ring.
Yeah, okay.
I guess besides like risk taker because you can get hit, but like it has you can use weapon jump, you can use roar, you can use really anything on this class. This class is pretty good at getting what it can and then using it.
Do you know if it's gonna be you probably know the answer to this. Do you know if it's getting stronger or weaker with 2-minute changes?
It is getting stronger with 2-minute changes.
Dope. Love it. Love it. All right, well, I think that's it. I think that's all the questions we got for you.
All right, thank you. I appreciate coming on and talking about this.
Yeah,
Super nice.
Thank you for coming, bro. Like I said, everyone was saying, "Good luck finding a Lara. Good luck finding a Lara." And then when you messaged me, I was like, "Oh, thank God, dude. Thank God. All these bozos are wrong. I found one." All right, dude. Well, if the time comes where I decide that it's time to start my Lara training arc, you'll be the first person I call.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll absolutely pick up. So I appreciate coming on and talking about this.
Damn, Riz. All right, thanks, bro. I appreciate you so much, guys. Claps in the chat. Hearts for our boy here. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go head off though. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate you very much. You're the GOAT.
All right, have a good one.
Yes, you too. Later, bro. LARA, the GOAT. That class is cool, bro. That class was way cooler than I was expecting. Animations are insane. Like, I want to play it, but I know that every minute of every boss fight that I'm uncomfortable in, I'm just going to be crashing out because I can't see it. It's so crazy. The animations are wild, bro. The animations are crazy. It looks super cool. It's really cute. I know we keep repeating it. It is really cute. The movement really surprised me. For me, I can't play a class that doesn't have flash jump. So like I originally thought that this class was going to be ruled out, as well as like most of the other mages. But then someone flash jumps and I'm like, okay, it's back on the menu. So that alone, I think, was enough to like make me reconsider. I like that class a lot. That one was surprising to me. And honestly, like I said, I personally had a bit of a vendetta against LARA players because of my experience playing with a LARA in the past. But now that I know what's going on with the class, I think I actually want one in my party. I think I would really like for a friend to play LARA so we can like group up and I can be like, yo, hover me. Yo, juggle me. Toss me in the air, bro. Because that would actually be fun. Like, if I knew it was coming, I think it would actually be fun. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the LARA interview. That guy was really, really, really prepared. Knew everything there was. Like, I can't say enough good things about that guy. He also super, super, super nice. If you have any questions for him specifically, you can leave them here in Twitch chat right now. You can leave them in the comments. I will make sure your questions get passed along to our LARA professional. And I actually didn't ask if he has like a YouTube or if he streams or anything, but I will ask. And if he does, I'll put it in the description down below. I'll make sure to link it in chat for you guys right now. Because I personally, if I have any LARA questions, this is probably gonna be the first person I go to. That guy really knew what he was talking about. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you enjoyed. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'll see you in the next one.